Hi guys, welcome to the Dr. Anil Works channel. This is Dr. Anil. So today, guys, we will be starting with next chapter or next topic from microbiology, that is infection. But before that, I will let me tell you the today's questions. That bones that are formed in soft tissue where they are not normally present are known as. I hope you all have get my question. Again, I'm telling you bones that are formed in soft tissue where they are not normally present are known as option A sesamoid bone, B membranous bone, C accessory bones, D heterotropic bone. Okay, so you will find the answer in uh, at the end of this video. So keep thinking about the answer. Okay, and be honest, guys. Okay, guys. So let's see. Let's start our infection topic. Hi guys, this is Dr. Anil from Dr. Anil Works channel. Let's start with another chapter or another topic from microbiology, infection. In this, we will be looking for many subtopics, so stay tuned. Infection. Infections and immunity involve the interaction between the animal body, nothing but the host, and the infecting microorganism. So based on their relationship to their host, microorganism can be classified into two. Okay, one is a saprophytes and another is a parasite. What is the saprophytes? Saprophytes, according to Greek word, sapros means decayed, means dying, and phyton means plant. Okay, so what is saprophytes mean? The saprophytes are the free living microbes that subsides on dead or decaying organic matter. Okay, they are found in soil, water, and play an important role in degradation of organic material in nature. So they are naturally or they are generally incapable of multiplying on living cell or living tissue, and therefore are little relevance in the infectious disease. So exceptionally, however, some saprophytes means some always there are some exception, right? So here also some exception saprophytes like B subtilis. Okay, B subtilis, which can infect devitalized host whose natural resistance is greatly reduced. Like means what? Devitalized means whose immunity is less or in opportunistic infection. Okay, in those who don't know the what is opportunistic infections or opportunistic infection, so please see previous video. In that I have explained the what is opportunistic infection. Okay, so likewise there are many terminologies which I have explained in that video, because all these terms are going to come in our further videos or further study, so please be clear with that. Okay, so parasites are the microbes. What is we have seen the what is saprophytes. Now we will see parasites are the microbes that can establish themselves and multiply in the host. Okay, and parasite microbes may be either pathogens, or in Greeks pathos means what? Suffering, and gen means what? Produce. Okay, that is disease producing organism, or the commensals. Commensals means what? In Latin, com means with. Okay, and mensa means table, that is living together. Okay, so commensals means what? Living together. Pathogens are microorganisms that are capable of producing disease in host. Okay, so what is pathogens? Pathogens are capable of producing disease in host. Now commensal microbes live in complete harmony with host without causing any damage to it. Commensals microbes are what? Commensal microbes live in complete harmony with the host, but without causing any damage to it. Means commensals are not damaging the host. Okay, so the normal bacterial flora of the body consists largely of a commensals. So in our body there are many bacteria, but they does not harm ourselves. That's why we call it as a commensals. Okay, so means living together. So many commensals behave as a facultative pathogens in that they can produce the disease when the host resistance is lowered. But the commensals can cause a disease in the host when the host immunity or the resistance is lowered. Okay, it is necessary to distinguish between the term infection and the infectious disease. What is infection and infectious disease? Both terms are different, so we'll distinguish between them. Okay, the lodgement and the multiplication of parasite in or on the tissue of the host means what? Infection. Lodgement means establishment, and the multiplication of the parasite in or on the tissue of the host is called a infection. Okay, and it does not invariably result into a disease. Disease में convert होगा या नहीं होगा ये confirm नहीं है. Okay, in fact the disease is but a rare consequences of infection होने के बाद ये जरूरी नहीं है कि disease होगा, but कुछ rare condition में infection के चलते disease होगा. Okay, and this is very common natural event. Okay, infection may be classified in the various ways. Initial infection with a parasite in a host is termed as a primary infection. So very firstly parasite के वजह से जो infection होगा उसको बोलेंगे हम लोग primary infection. Subsequent infection मतलब जो उसके बाद infections होगा by the same parasites, so उसको हम बोलेंगे reinfection. Okay, so when a new parasite sets up an infection in the host whose resistance is lowered by the pre-existing infection disease, उसको हम बोलेंगे secondary infection. Understood? Pre-existing infection disease कुछ अलग पहले से ही कुछ infectious disease है, उसके वजह से उसका infection, उसका वजह से उसका immunity या फिर resistance develop हो गया, उसके चलते अगर किसी दूसरे पैरासाइट ने या फिर इन्फेक्शन माइक्रोब्स ने उसको डिजीज कॉज कर दिया तो उसको हम बोलेंगे सेकेंडरी इन्फेक्शन. ओके, सो द टर्म फोकल इन्फेक्शन, व्हाट इज मीन फोकल इन्फेक्शन मीन्स मोर अप्रोप्रिएटली अ फोकल सेप्सिस. इट इंडिकेट्स अ condition where due to infection or the sepsis at a localized site such as appendix or tonsils, the generalized effects are produced. Means इन्फेक्शन हुआ है एक लोकल एरिया में. ओके, बट वो लोकल एरिया में इन्फेक्शन हुआ है लेकिन उसका जो सिम्टम्स है या फिर उसके जो अफेक्ट वो इट विल अफेक्ट, उसके जो इफेक्ट्स है वो पूरे बॉडी में है, उसको बोलेंगे हम लोग सेप्सिस या फिर फोकल इन्फेक्शन. ओके, सो व्हेन इन अ पेशेंट्स ऑलरेडी सफरिंग फ्रॉम अ डिजीज, अ न्यू इन्फेक्शन इज सेटअप फ्रॉम अनदर होस्ट or another external source, so it is termed as a cross infection. Understood? So the cross infection occurring in hospital. क्रॉस इन्फेक्शन कहाँ पर मिलता है, कहाँ पर होता है? हॉस्पिटल्स में. सो हॉस्पिटल्स में जो क्रॉस इन्फेक्शन होता है वो इन्फेक्शन को क्या बोलते हैं? नोजोकोमियल इन्फेक्शन. ओके, नोजोकोमियन इसका ग्रीक के अंदर मीनिंग होता है, नोजोकोमियन मतलब हॉस्पिटल होता है. ओके, द टर्म आइट्रोजेनिक इन्फेक्शन. ओके, एक और एक टर्म है इससे, आइट्रोजेनिक इन्फेक्शन. आइट्रोजेनिक इन्फेक्शन के मतलब क्या? फिजिशियन इंड्यूस इन्फेक्शन. मीन्स व्हाट? द इन्वेस्टिगेटिव, थेरापेटिक और अदर प्रोसीजर्स उसके रिजल्टिंग ये सब चीज़ों की वजह से जो इन्फेक्शन होगा तो उसको बोलेंगे फिजिशियन इंड्यूस इन्फेक्शन. उसको एक टर्म क्या है? आइट्रोजेनिक इन्फेक्शन. ओके, now depending on whether the source of infection is from the host own body or from external source, so the infection को classified किया है. एक endogenous infection और exogenous infection. Endogenous means from their own body and exogenous means from outside. Okay, so based on the clinical effects of infection, they may be classified into different varieties. One, inapparent infection is one where the clinical effects are not apparent. इनअपेरेंट इन्फेक्शन मतलब क्या, जहाँ पर क्लिनिकल इफेक्ट्स जो होते हैं वो अपेरेंट नहीं होते, मतलब दिखते नहीं है. ओके. द टर्म सब क्लिनिकल इन्फेक्शन क्या है, इज ऑफन यूज अ सिनोनिम्स में. सब क्लिनिकल इन्फेक्शन मतलब क्या, क्लिनिकल सिम्टम्स नहीं दिखेंगे उसको. जो सब क्लिनिकल और इनअपेरेंट इन्फेक्शन सेम ही है, ऐसा समझ लो. नाउ atypical infection. What is atypical? Atypical infection is one in which the typical or characteristic clinical manifestation of particular infection disease are not present. Some parasites following infection may remain in the tissue in a latent or a hidden form, proliferating and producing clinical disease when the host disease is lowered, and this is termed latent infection. Okay, these all are the infection and infection types. Okay, and what is infection, what is saprophytes, what is parasites. So this is all. So now in next video we will be seeing what are the source of infection. Okay, and after that we will see the transmission of infection. Okay, so we'll we will see the explanation of another question. Hope you all have got correct answer. So let me tell you the answer. The answer is D, heterotropic bones. Heterotropic bone. Okay. So for reference, you can see the General Anatomy book of Shobhani Rawlani, second edition, to page 63. Okay. Explanation is given in that book only, so that heterotropic bones are formed in the soft tissue where they are not normally present. For example, in scars. Okay, so horse riders often develop a heterotropic bone in their thighs, or riders, so we called it as a rider bone, probably because of hemorrhagic bloody areas that measure a calcification and eventually ossification. I hope you all are getting the point of heterotropic bones. Okay, again the accessory bones or the supernumerary bones. So the some concepts regarding this, what are the accessory bones and supernumerary bones. Supernumerary bones, these may appear with an extra center of ossification and fail to unite with a main bone mass. It X-ray in X-ray they may be mistaken for the fracture. Accessory bones are common in skull. Example, sutural or Worminian bone or interparietal bones. Tell me one another example of Wormian bone. Okay, tell me in the comment. Sesamoid bones are developed in the tendons, are subjected to friction during the movement of joint. They act as a pulley for the muscle contraction. Example of sesamoid bones are the patella which are in the tendon of quadriceps femoris, form in the quadriceps femoris. Pisiforms, they are formed in the or develop in the flexor carpi ulnaris. Fabula, they are formed in the tendon of lateral head of gastrocnemius. And what are membranous bones? Membranous bones are formed during the embryonic period, and osteoblast simply lay down in the fibrous tissue. There is no cartilage precursor. For example, bones of the skull vault and the clavicles is an example of membranous bones. So that's it guys for today. So I hope you like this, and do like, share, subscribe if you are getting some help from these videos. Thank you guys. Stay healthy, stay safe.